Good evening. Welcome to Normal World. Here is tonight's news. ICE raids a Home Depot in Los Angeles looking for illegal immigrants. This was as much of a slam dunk as looking for Stormy Daniels at Planned Parenthood.
Elon Musk is repeatedly blasting the Trump-backed spending bill on X, calling it bloated, irresponsible, and dangerous. Ironically, the same three words often used to describe filmmaker Michael Moore at Golden Corral.
Especially at the chocolate fountain. Since TSA has required enhanced real ID to travel, some people have been trying to use their Costco cards to check in. Experts say this officially explains how Kamala Harris got 75 million votes.
With WNBA star Caitlin Clark sidelined, tickets for the Indiana Fever / Chicago Sky matchup were going for $3 on the Game Time app. So for $12, a father could bring his family of 4 to a game and have them hate him forever. Woo! Yay!
$3 is still grossly overpriced.
It's overpriced.
You got to pay $80 in booze to wash down the crappy basketball that you're going to be stuck seeing. I am Derek Richards, along with the amazing Angela.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm a little worried today.
About?
Well, I mean, should we talk about it on the show? It's kind of awkward.
About what?
Dave and Garrett not being here?
Oh, yeah, they're not here. Yeah. Probably should talk about it. I guess we can.
We can just get ahead of it, I think.
Sadly, they were in LA and they got caught up in the ICE riots, which is very, very sad.
We haven't heard from them.
No, we haven't.
The only reason I know they're there is because when I was looking through pictures for the show today, I actually found a few with them in it.
Oh, you did?
I did.
You didn't? Oh,
I took them, yeah.
Pull them up. Let's see. This one. Oh, wow. That is bad.
I mean, that's them.
It is. That's Dave right there with the megaphone. And
see another one?
And Garrett and Frank wrote this in her time.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that one. That actually looks kind of sexy on him.
That's not bad. It's a good silhouette.
Very, very nice backlighting with that. Anything else there? That's very culturally appropriate for the ICE riots.
Yeah.
Nice job, Dave. Well, we wish them well. We haven't heard from them, so.
Yeah, Blaze actually wanted to release a statement. He said, Dave and who? Oh, yes, Quarter Black. Our hearts and prayers are with them. That's all they said.
Godspeed. They'll be back eventually. Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope so.
You
guys have some shows together.
We do. And if Dave gets out, Dave and I have shows this weekend in Greenville, South Carolina at the Comedy Zone. You can come and see us over there June 13th and 14th. Comedy Zone, Greenville, South Carolina, myself and Dave Landau. And then Dave is going to be at Risk It Fest in Gaylord, Michigan on June 21st. And then he will be at Dr. Grin's Comedy Club in Grand Rapids, Michigan, June 26, 27, 28. DaveLandau.com for all the ticket information. And you can also get his book, Party of One, a Fuzzy Memoir, available now on Amazon. And then I'm doing that show with Dave, those shows with Dave in South Carolina. And then I'm going to be at Harrah's Casino, Comedy Zone in Cherokee, North Carolina, June 18 through 22. And then Saturday, June 28th, great fundraiser show at the Ancient Order of Hibernians Hall in Redford, Michigan. This show is helping a committee support a brother knight for the Knights of Columbus. Those guys do fantastic work. And Angela?
Yes.
Where can we find you?
Up your butt.
Wow.
Angela Does Horror on YouTube and Normal Angela on Instagram. Actually, I want to say my watch along got copyright struck, so it's been blocked.
Oh,
so,
you did have that. Who did you? I remember the last time I was here, you were going to do that.
Yeah.
So you did watch along with The Exorcist.
Well, I guess the volume was too loud on the TV, so so you have to watch them live because they're going to get struck.
So how did you do? So it was the camera was showing you.
Yes.
On your couch.
Yes.
And so it wasn't showing the movie.
No, I we all start the movie together,
right.
And like as the time goes on, I give cues about how far into the movie we are.
Right.
And it's just on me. You never see the movie at all.
Okay.
That's why it's a watch along. Obviously, Derek.
Gotcha. Hey,
no,
easy.
So it just had to be the sound, which
okay.
is too loud.
And so YouTube took it down.
Yeah. Well,
after how long?
They blocked it after a day.
Okay. So the secret is to do the watch along with you live.
Yeah, watch it live.
Or within 12 hours.
if you want to see it.
Or otherwise, it's a very limited edition.
Yeah, it's.
So you can do watch-alongs with Angela in a federal prison for doing copyright infringement. Nice job.
Yeah.
Well, let's not. We have a guest today. You saw him doing some of the monologue. He is a Blaze contributor. He is an actor. He is a filmmaker, and he is also a singer.
That's amazing.
And I found that out on YouTube. Matthew Marsden, friend of the show. Great to see you. Nice to have you back.
Hey, listen, it's great. I've seen you around here multiple times. We just said this.
Yeah,
earlier,
it's always
right?
been crossing in the hallways.
Yeah.
When you've been doing another show, and I've been coming on here and stuff like that. So no, when Dave said, "Hey, I got Matthew to come on," because I saw the last episodes that you were on the show, and I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be fun."
Yeah, we'll have a good time.
But it was funny because I had Googled you to I knew a little bit about you from on the show, but I looked and you sang. I was reading your IMDb and Black Hawk Down and your other projects that you've done, and it said singer, and you did a rendition of Hall & Oates' "She's Gone," which is one of my favorite tunes.
Oh, great!
I mean, I love that tune. And then, so how did? So you just released the one song and said, "All right, I'm done."
No, so I had a recording contract with Sony over in the UK, and this was going to be my second. Well, it was my second single. So I'd had one that was top 20, went
nice,
very well.
Congratulations.
And then I did a song, and I had a kind of unknown backing singer called Beyonce.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
Beyonce sings backup for you.
Yeah.
On Hall & Oates' "She's Gone."
She would have been nothing without me, I'm telling you.
You were her big break.
Yeah, I was her big break, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So how did that even materialize?
So I was in the offices of Sony in London, and we're just listening back to the tracks on the album, and we were playing "She's Gone," and the door bursts open, and this black guy comes in, and he says, "Hey, who's this? Who's this?" And I went, "It's me." He goes, "You got to work with my girls. You got to work with my girls." And I was like, "Okay." Next thing you know, like 2 hours later, I'm in the studio with Destiny's Child.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Damn.
We actually heard the song, and you can hear that it is Beyonce.
Yeah, you can tell there's the Beyonce influence there.
Yeah.
Now, did you have any idea when you had sang with her when you were in the studio that? Because I mean, obviously, Destiny's Child was something at the time.
Yeah.
But obviously not what she is now.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea?
Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah. I mean, so when we first went in, firstly, she's very beautiful. I mean, even then, she was like 17, 18, very, very beautiful. And we walked in, there's a part in the song where she does these, runs, and she'd worked out the harmonies and the run like that immediately. Like, it wasn't like, "Oh, hang on a second, I got to go to the piano and got to work it out." She just went through it, and I was like, wow. And I went outside and I was talking to one of the security, and I said, "She's going to be the biggest star in the world, without a shadow of a doubt." Just so talented.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
So now that song can be, you got a video that's on Apple TV, you said?
Yeah, when I was young. When I was young, I did a song. Beyonce. What happened to Beyonce? I don't know.
That's amazing.
But yeah, no.
It's the best UK impression of Trump that I've ever heard. Well done.
Well, thank you very much.
So what? So she comes in, sings back up, and then all of a sudden, she vanishes.
Yeah, she goes.
Okay.
They were going to Germany
Okay.
the next day to promote one of the singles they were doing.
And so you ran into her again, you said.
I did, yeah. I ran into her after Black Hawk Down came out. I saw her first in London, which was kind of funny because there was an opening to an aquarium there, this giant aquarium, and she was invited, and I turned up there, and there was like a bunch of black guys, obviously around Destiny's Child, and I'm like, hello, Beyonce, and she was like, Matthew, and all the guys were like, who the hell is this guy? And the same thing happened years later in LA when I was it was a Maxim party at the Pacific Design Center.
Right.
Yeah, and we were going to go to Magic Mountain together the next day, actually.
Ooh.
But
Wow.
yeah.
But what happened?
Did she? Yeah.
I got a rain check on that because, listen, most guys are like, yeah, sure you did. But apparently her sister got ill. So she was at the hospital with her sister that night.
So now, did she ever ask you to sing back up on any of her
I'm
songs?
still waiting for that call.
What?
Dave did. We're going to do a song.
Dave,
Yeah.
Landau?
what's he going to do on the song?
I don't know. I just made it up, but I want to. I want to pressure him to do it. We can do that. All right, we'll do a boy band. We'll do a boy band.
We'll do a
with
boy
girl.
band. This is,
I don't need to. I'll be your manager.
Okay, you can manage.
Yeah,
it. Okay.
it's going to be really you singing. I'll be Reuben Kincaid.
You've got the
in the
moves. I've
background.
heard.
I don't know where you're getting your information, but that is very, very faulty.
I can vouch that he does not.
That is, I don't need you piling on. That's just a little damn rude.
I've heard you do a mean robot.
Yes, and by robot I mean one that was unplugged and just sits there.
Sits in the corner like a fridge.
Sits in the corner like a fridge.
Like a fridge.
Exactly.
Yeah, he does a great fridge.
That's I don't need this from you two. By the way, not for nothing, these chairs are way comfier than the guest chairs.
They're the same.
Yeah,
chairs.
I feel it. I feel the
notice that?
power. I feel the
Well, it's
power.
just 'cause
You've been on the show a
broken
bunch
in.
of times, and you've been over there, and that's just these are heated and cooled.
And these are a little bit higher. I see the dynamics.
Yeah, well, yeah. Floor
I
is
feel
a bit
like the
raised.
king.
Yeah,
King of the
right.
castle.
Exactly.
King of the castle.
As long
Yeah.
as those guys stay caught up in their little ice fiasco in L.A.
I was going to say, oh no, let's get them back.
Well, somebody had to say it. Thank God it was you.
Here's me. I don't
Blaze,
care.
yeah.
Wow, we had such a slow news week, didn't we? News weekend.
Nothing going on.
Oh, Trump and Elon having this little spat during Pride Month is like watching two queens fight over a piece of depression glass at an antique mall. It all started last week when Elon criticized Trump's BBB because he's into skinny white chicks. Kidding. However, Elon did criticize Trump's big, beautiful bill, calling it, quote, a disgusting abomination due to its projected $2.4 trillion increase in the federal deficit over the next decade. Trump fired back, accusing Musk of hypocrisy and threatening, quote, serious consequences if Musk supports Democrats in the next election. Yeah,
Girlfriend.
hinting at cuts to Tesla and SpaceX's government ties. And while we had conveniently pre-taped on Thursday, Elon was hair plugs deep in a K-hole and decided to take a cue from his ex-girlfriend Amber Heard and shit the bed, accusing Trump of being in the Epstein files in a now deleted tweeting, remember this? Time to drop the really big bomb at real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Yeah, and here we are covering it like the last horse to cross the finish line.
Woo! We did it, boys.
Hard to believe this relationship ended the way we all knew it would from the moment that it started. Did you see that coming? This whole thing, this whole fiasco?
I just want to say, it's
knew
not
it.
a big bomb. It's a little bomb. Tiny bomb. Like Marco's hands. No, I mean, look. Yeah, of course. I mean, it was always going to come, right? Like there was always going to be some kind of conflict. But I think it's more like the bromance broke up, right?
Yeah.
Because like the day before, they were all like, oh, I love you. No, I love you
more.
I love you more.
Uh-huh.
And then the next day, it's like jilted girlfriend time. Like,
Yeah.
so
That is crazy. It just seemed like there was way too much ego
Yeah,
in that
for that
relationship.
not to end badly.
For that to not end up being like two mountain goats smashing into each other on a hill.
yeah, I mean, you know what's funny? Can I name drop on
Yes.
show? I actually had an hour with Trump. There were four of us, and Matt Peterson being one of them. And he was actually, believe it or not, surprisingly humble.
I've heard that.
So
How did that scenario unfold?
it's a long story, but we wanted to go and speak to him about something.
He sang backup on his.
Yeah, no,
Sang back up on Trump's new album.
She's gone. I don't care. She can go. No, so we ended up. She's gone back to Mexico.
His whore is gone.
The slut is gone. So we ended up in the room. It was really like random, but I will tell you this: we went to Trump Tower and we go up not the escalator, up the elevator, and all I remember is we were met by one of his assistants, and it was one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen in my life, and she was like 6 foot tall, and I was like, of course, because it's Trump.
That tracks.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and we walk in, and he was in fact, Mar-a-Lago had just been raided, so it was right after that. So it's kind of weird being in that room. I'm looking around, and it's all glass all around in his office. I'm like, I don't know if I feel comfortable with like all glass. I mean, of course, it'd be bomb-proof, bulletproof, like whatever.
Sure.
But he was really courteous. He was, asked a lot of questions, which was I didn't expect actually.
Right.
But it was. I'd love to give haters, what they might want to hear. But he was actually super cool, to be honest. So I mean, I'm sure that. Because we're minnows to him, right? He's the president, or was going to be the president again.
Right.
He's a billionaire. I'm sure it's different when you've got the richest man in the world as essentially working for you. But it was, it was kind of interesting. I was like, man, from where I came from to being in the room with just 4 people, and the president was pretty cool.
Yeah. Did he sing with Beyonce? No.
He didn't.
Right now, you are still up on him.
He's going to start tweeting about me in a minute.
Should. Any second now.
Matt Marsden, what a loser.
He even tweets in his voice.
Yeah,
of course he does.
Come on, when we read those tweets, we all read them in
you have
his voice.
to. You have to.
Right.
Why would you not?
Yeah.
You spend time in L.A.?
I lived there for 20 years.
You plan on going back anytime soon?
Never.
See what's left of it? Since California Governor Gavin Newsom and L.A. Mayor Karen Bass would rather watch Los Angeles burn to the ground like an insurance scam, President Trump deployed the National Guard to Los Angeles County after anti-ICE protests continued to escalate over the weekend. On Saturday, tear gas was deployed near Home Depot in Paramount, California, where ICE officials were allegedly conducting a raid. The best thing about tear gas is you have to close your eyes and not see Los Angeles. Seeing all these rocks pelting cars, every Safe Light windshield repairman just lost all of his summer Vacay time.
This is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Safe Light guy not going to Magic Mountain with his kids or Beyonce. That's a lot of repair work. Following the raid, a violent protest broke out as Californians will not be able to get their houses painted for $30. Trump said, if you spit, we hit. It's nice to see the riots inspiring new Dr. Seuss books. Might as well say, if you throw rocks at ICE, we won't be nice. Maybe go for, if you loot, we shoot. That's good. Turn it into a big green eggs and ham thing if you want to. I will say this, these millennial protesters throwing rocks look like a right-handed person throwing left-handed. I mean, it is Pride Month, but try not to look so gay. Take that. Take that, Iceman, with my little mask.
They are so pathetic.
It's beyond that. And it's funny that these protesters are the ones that showed up when you look at the ad that was posted on Craigslist looking for this. Pull that up, Angela. This is hilarious. And you'll have to read it because the type's going to be too small for me.
It's a Craigslist post looking for the toughest badasses in the city, Los Angeles, seeking extremely tough, brave men for new crew I'm building. Compensation $6,500 to $12,500 per week. We are forming a select team of the toughest dudes in the area. This unit will be activated only when the situation demands it, but you get paid every week, no matter what. High pressure, high risk, no room for hesitation. We need individuals who do not break, panic, or fold under stress and are basically all around kick-ass dudes.
Mm-hmm. That's good money. How much again? Was that $6,500 to $12,000 a week?
I mean, that's a pretty big...
That's a big range.
That's a big range. I'm assuming you get paid on experience.
And that was on Craigslist.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't put it on Indeed or ZipRecruiter. I mean, Craigslist, you get a lawnmower and a hand job.
Oh, by the looks of it, it's like it should be on Grindr. I mean, 6,500? Like what?
That almost sounds like you're going to be a guard for a hip hop act, right? It's like we need the badass dudes. You're going to get paid a lot of money, and we're going to need you on hand, like when we call you, and you got to be there.
I wonder what that ad is really for. You know what I mean?
Is it? Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can you imagine like the audition for it. Okay, what are your qualifications? Well, I did the Summer of Love. Oh, really? Did the Summer of Love? Yes, I went up to Seattle. How many bottles did you throw? Well, I about 6 Molotov cocktails. I mean, like, what is going on? They're recruiting these people.
Mm-hmm. Well, imagine if you showed up thinking that it was like a job for like a legit badass. Not somebody that had to wear like a black hoodie and black sweatpants and put a backpack full of chopped up cinder blocks. And then they're like, okay, here's what you got to do. You got to throw it at cops. I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's not.
Yeah, put on this beanie.
Yes.
This is you. Put on your beanie. Mm-hmm. Throw like this. It's I don't know.
It's pretty amazing. I'm stunned that even. I mean, you get ads struck on Craigslist. Like now, like before they used to have like hookup ads on Craigslist.
Yeah.
And that got taken down because people were, I don't know, dying and getting hurt.
It's
you would think that this would sort of.
And yeah, Angela gets bounced from YouTube for sounds.
For The Exorcist.
Just for watching
like,
The Exorcist.
What? Right?
I'm going to join the coalition.
You should join the coalition.
I will.
This is
how did you find that, Angela?
Craigslist. Actually, Derek found it. Ask him.
Oh.
Yeah, it was on Craigslist. It was
looking for wet work.
Showed up and it was on a what's that?
You were looking for wet work.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Easy with the attitude.
Didn't have one. You've been projecting at me all day.
Don't you get sassy
you know
with
what?
me.
You
I
get
will.
sassy with me.
I will.
Oh.
I'm gonna do something.
Way too masculine for that, though, dude.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Men.
This whole weekend ended up being amazing in California as Newsom dares border czar Tom Homan to arrest him. Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be doing that.
No. I don't think. I think in jail, Gavin's ass would look like someone put an M80 in a London broil. Mainstream media continues to use their playbook from the BLM George Floyd fallout, claiming these are all mostly peaceful protests. In fact, CNN's Dana Bash says these aren't riots at all. Side note, she also wants to start calling sexual assault unwilling lovemaking.
I do think that there is like a large portion of people that are like peacefully protesting, and that these like people that are being hired to come in and create chaos are like, I think that's a big part of it though. And there's always going to be the rats that come in and like loot and, you know.
Well, and that was the same thing with the BLM riots.
Yeah.
And then also with J6. Yeah. Same situation there. I mean, these guys are, you certainly have people that are going to go out there and protest. People that are out there protesting aren't the illegal aliens.
No.
I mean, if I sneak into the Blaze, am I going to go ahead and dance around Glenn Beck's studio and jump around up on his desk while he's broadcasting?
Did you see the security camera of me doing that? Is that why you're bringing it up?
Well, I wasn't going to.
It's a gotcha.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, got me. No, I mean, it's utterly crazy what's going on over there. I thought you were going to say that you got that ad from the FBI bulletin board.
Well, you may as well.
Because that's what they did for J6, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's just like, I have nothing to say. Honestly, it just blows my mind. I don't even know what to say.
No, it's insane. I mean, it's the fact that this has escalated to the point that it has is just is blowing me away. It's literally like we're watching the exact same bullshit that we saw with the George Floyd thing.
Yeah.
In Minneapolis.
It's all coordinated, and the weird thing about it is they tell you that it's not coordinated, and you're like, well, I can see it's coordinated. You've done it multiple times before. That's why I'm joking, but I'm not really joking about the people going around. I mean, they are moving around and doing this in different states.
Yeah,
it's a business.
The bricks being delivered to every single time there's like protests that are happening. There's piles of bricks that are being delivered.
And they just did that in LA.
I know, it's great. Like, be sneakier about it. Like, if you're gonna try, like, that's the thing.
Maybe they're just thinking that the building's going to get destroyed in the riot, and they're going ahead and setting up bricks for when the construction crew comes. Right?
Conscientious rioters.
I'm
speechless.
I got you. I caught you both off guard.
You got me.
This was great. Waymo, the little driverless vehicles. Waymo saw the graffiti on the Kobe mural and decided to bolt.
It's an army of them leaving. They're like, we out. Let's roll, boys.
Even cars with no drivers are saying, F this. I'm out of here. On Sunday, President Trump deployed 2,000 National Guard troops to Los Angeles, followed by an additional 2,000 guards on June 9th, totaling 4,000 National Guard members, while the Pentagon deployed 700 active duty U.S. Marines from Camp Pendleton and 29 Palms to assist the National Guard in response to the riots. Let's go ahead and take a look here.
Oh, there's more. Look at this. They just keep coming.
Go inside! Get inside! Get inside!
It's good advice.
Get inside! Get in your house now! Let's go!
Mm-hmm.
Light him up! Go inside now! Get in the house!
Get in, get in, get in, get in, get in, get in. Get in.
Oh, God, that hurt. You good?
Are you okay?
Right on the fucking crotch.
Are you okay? You got hit?
They're fucked for that, dude.
Oh, never mind. That was Minneapolis during COVID.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's different when they're actual American citizens actually obeying the law. What's that look on your face?
Nothing.
The look on your face is priceless
just-
because every time I laugh at these people getting hit with paintballs and stuff,
Yes.
because I sort of enjoy that because
I'm
they're
the fair
douchebags.
sex in here in this situation, and I'm just like, Derek and I were talking about it before, and we kind of have different views about this, but it makes it fun because it's like, I don't like seeing people get hurt in this kind of stuff. I don't like seeing it bothers me. I don't like celebrating people, like cities burning down and stuff happened. Like, I think it's gone a little bit too far, but at the end of the day, I just want to be able to sleep at night.
Yeah, there's something about people getting the comeuppance, which is awesome. So, did you see the reporter that got hit with a rubber bullet?
Yeah,
Did you ever see that one?
but why is that like fun?
It's a rubber bullet. It's not a real one.
I know, but they're reporters. Like, they should be allowed
Don't
to be
stand
there.
in the middle of the riot. It's like the Darwin Awards. It's like, don't open your door. The thing is, those guys were going down in Minneapolis, right? They're like, close the door. And they're like, what they doing? Get inside. What they do? Bang. FAA.
All you have to do,
Like, just close
is
the
get
door.
inside and close the door.
I know, but that seems so authoritarian and scary.
It seems like if there's 30 guys all dressed in black,
Probably should do
wearing military type garb
Yeah.
and carrying guns,
My fellow rebellious people.
just
they
get
me out
inside.
there.
I
just
understand
saying.
where you're coming from.
No, I get it as well. I do.
Innocent people being caught in the crossfire, somebody who's genuinely out there protesting because they're like, hey,
Yeah,
You
they have
know?
the right to do that. I think it's these other fuckers that mess it up for everybody. You know?
Absolutely.
They have the right to do that. That's an American. That's America. you
well,
know?
it's your First Amendment right, but I mean, it's not your First Amendment right to destroy property,
Yep.
or hurt people,
yeah.
or just ruin somebody else's day. I mean, these cops that had
Somebody else's day. That's not illegal.
I throw it in there. If I didn't get hurt or my house didn't get rocked, but if I miss a dentist appointment because I'm stuck behind your stupid ass protesting.
Yeah, but I think there's also the aspect of what are you protesting about, right? Like, are you are protesting violent illegal aliens being taken out of the community, and you're saying, and then you're waving a Mexican flag.
See that? Well, I think that from what I've learned from it is that it's without the due process. It's like the kidnapping of the people. And even the ICE, that the director is saying, yeah, we're doing that. We're going in, we're trying to find these people. A lot of them don't have criminal records, and we're taking them, and that's illegal. That's not good either. And that's what the people in LA are protesting, right?
No, I don't think so. I think that they're protesting all of it. I don't think it matters. I mean, if you see the people that they're bringing back in, they're MS-13 members,
Right.
I think that narrative has gone now. I understand that it's like people saying, well, why are you deporting this poor woman? She's a grandmother. That isn't what the left really wants. We've seen this with that Garcia fella, how they were saying, he's like a Michigan father or whatever it was.
Oh, Maryland father, yeah.
It's a Maryland
From
father.
Michigan. Don't put him in.
Sorry, dude.
I didn't say an innocent UK dad, so settle down.
You're like, shut up, Brit.
We beat your ass. right?
Yeah. Should we talk about the
Happy
4th of
July, douchebag.
Oh, here we go.
That was a total redneck default that I was going to go to on that one. But no, you're right. You're right. It's gotten way out of hand. And I mean, but again, it's not a hall pass for people to go into businesses and loot places.
Yeah,
Totally.
I mean, there was a sushi restaurant that got busted into.
That's a ridiculous place to loot.
Who's stealing raw fish? Right?
I mean, there's one answer I'm thinking.
But here's the thing: you're going to go in there and you go into somebody's business. You're going to protest. You go smashing down somebody's windows. Then you go into their sushi joint and you raid the place. There was a guy that he was being interviewed on the news, and it's like, okay, so insurance may or may not cover this.
Yep.
He's out of work. Mm-hmm. He lost all that inventory. He's got employees now. They can't come to work.
Yeah.
So your big idea of protesting and making a big scene over something that you may or may not really give a shit about, is just getting so blown out of proportion now.
Well,
and they don't think of the trickle down effect of how this affects everybody else in their community. So you're destroying your own community.
yeah, I mean, it's what people don't realize now, because I lived there for 20 years, I can tell you, is that the home insurance is through the roof. And a lot of the places they're saying, listen, especially after the Eaton Canyon fire and then the Pacific Palisades, because all that was literally 100 yards from where I lived.
Wow.
So I have 10 families that I know that lost their homes in that fire. And a lot of them didn't have insurance.
Yeah.
Because the year before, the insurance company
yanked
said,
it.
listen, we're done. Yeah. So try and insure a car in LA. And by the way, then what happens is either they're going to pull out, or what they're going to do is they're going to spread it across everybody. So everybody's insurance is going to go up for their car. So it really does have a massive effect on the community. And last time I was there in LA, I drove up Doheny. If you know where Doheny is, and that used to be the place for restaurants. It was amazing. It was like a ghost town. I couldn't believe that it was the same place that I lived in for 20 years.
I can't imagine what that area looks like now. I was texting a friend of mine who lives out there, and I'm like, hey, are you all right? You know, and she's like, I'm just hanging in here. She goes, I live in Koreatown. She goes, I know there's
You're all right there.
rooftop Koreans.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I had never heard of that phrase before.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys guard their businesses. And she's like, I feel pretty safe.
Yeah.
But
No, I totally agree about the looting and stuff. And like I said, like people that are going to do that, the rats are always going to come out and they're always going to try to like pick the bone clean. You know what I mean? Like there's always going to be those pieces of shit in society that are going to do that, opportunists and stuff.
At the end of the day, you just want to be able to sleep at night,
I just want to be able to lay my head on a nice pair of Miracle Made sheets.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Have a good night's sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, the weather is heating up, you know.
Yes,
and
it is.
Your nighttime bedroom temperature has a huge impact on your sleep quality. Did you guys know that?
It does, especially if you have flashbangs coming through your window.
Yeah, well.
You're in a riot.
Derek, we're in the ad read now.
Okay, all right, fine. I'm sorry.
Can't do that.
All right, go ahead, continue. I'm sorry.
So Miracle Made sheets are inspired by NASA and use silver-infused fabrics that are temperature regulating so you can sleep nice all night long.
Comfy.
Yeah, they are comfy. Traditional bed sheets can harbor bacteria, which is bad for your skin. It clogs your pores. It's just nasty. And these sheets don't do that. So if you want to get a pair and sleep easy through the night, just go to trymiracle.com/normal to try Miracle Made sheets today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift, maybe for Father's Day, you're going to use our promo code NORMAL and you're going to save over 40% off and get a free 3-piece towel set on top of that and an extra 20% off at checkout. That's
a bath
crazy
towel,
savings.
hand towel,
Yeah.
and the washcloth.
Yeah, that's right. And they're so confident in their product that they're going to give you a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like them, just send them right back.
30 days. Miracle Made sheets.
Thanks, Miracle Made.
Trymiracle.com/normal. Save a lot of money. Get yourself some extra stuff. It's going to be amazing. Miracle Made sheets.
Sing it, Matt.
You know, you got a backing singer there. You just sang,
do.
and you got a backing singer. It's just, I'm having a flashback.
People have called me the Beyonce of my generation.
Mm-hmm.
Have they? Which people?
Isn't Beyonce the Beyonce of your generation?
She's like Beyonce's tribute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's it. All right. Beyonce tribute band-ish, sort of.
I can do it.
Oh, you got it. You got what it takes. I like it.
Yeah, thank you.
You can do it. You know what it's time for?
Frontal lobotomy.
Close. Trans news. Normally music there.
It's quiet. I don't know why. Yeah.
It's quiet. It's mute trans news.
Oh God.
If you do that in the Oscars, you're going to win. I'm just telling you, mute trans news, Oscar written all over it.
You hire a mute I see an Oscar.
Exactly.
The Academy will not snub you at all. This is a great story that developed over the weekend. Simone Biles took offense to Outkick host Riley Gaines, calling out a Minnesota high school whose softball team won a state championship Friday with a transgender pitcher. Marissa Rothenberger, surprisingly not Tim Walz, a transgender athlete, tossed a shutout to continue a dominant postseason and give Champlain Park High School a state championship. The team was so excited over their win that they all blew Marissa in the locker room after the game. Isn't that unreal?
Isn't that unreal? This is just the news. We're just reporting it.
Hey, I'm just
telling you the news.
It just came over the ticker. What do you want from me? The Minnesota State High School League posted a photo of the team on social media after the game, and Gaines, the host of Outkick's Gaines for Girls podcast, noted the comments on X were turned off. To be expected when your star player is a boy, Gaines wrote. Biles, a 7-time Olympic gold medalist, saw the post and told Gaines she was, quote, truly sick. And that's how she typed it, too. All of this campaigning because you lost a race, straight up sore loser, Biles wrote to Gaines, who competed against trans swimmer Leah Thomas in 2022. For the record, Riley Gaines did not lose to Leah Thomas. They tied for 5th place in the 200-yard freestyle final at the 2022 NCAA Women's Swimming and Diving Championships. Quote, you should be uplifting the trans community and perhaps finding a way to make sports inclusive or creating a new avenue where trans feel safe in sports. Maybe a transgender category in all sports, but instead you bully them. One thing's for sure, no one in sports is safe with you around, 5 exclamation points. Because one was not going to do it. You needed to add 4 more. They should have a trans Olympics where you can watch subpar male athletes compete, kind of like a Colorado Rockies game.
I will watch that.
Yeah, they are. That is some bad baseball. In another post, Biles added, bully someone your own size, which would ironically be a male. For the record, Riley Gaines is 5'5".
Wow.
I know, right? Let's start getting into body shaming. Gaines responded, this is actually so disappointing. It's not my job or the job of any woman to figure out how to include men in our spaces. You can uplift men stealing championships in women's sports with your platform. Men don't belong in women's sports, and I say that with my full chest, which, by the way, are actual factory-installed boobs, not some aftermarket add-ons. Simone Biles is married to Jonathan Owens of the Chicago Bears, a man used to playing with lots of women on his team. I hate the Bears. Go Lions.
I don't know what to say to that. I don't know baseball.
The Bears, that's football. Which makes that even better. Again, go Lions. Now, apparently they kissed and made up after all this, which is, I guess, on Tuesday.
Hot.
After universal backlash, Biles backtracked and apologized to Riley Gaines, which is basically her publicist saying, hey,
you should probably...
Maybe you shouldn't be the C word. Maybe take back some of the stupid things that you said. And let's see, it said it didn't help for me to get personal with Riley, which I apologize for. Gaines, for her part, accepted the apology conditionally.
Wordy.
Yeah, exactly right. We needed the Blaze Media people to...
it's a very wordy tweet.
Come up with a pithy answer, please.
We wish Simone and Riley all the best.
Yeah.
Signed Blaze Media.
Yeah.
Simone and who?
So anyhow, they ended up kind of
they buried the
making
hatchet.
up, burying the hatchet as much as you possibly can. You have kids, right?
I have a lot of kids.
How many kids do you have?
I have 9 kids.
You have 9?
I was close. I told you. Oh, by the way, trans news.
We now added sound.
Yeah. Okay,
Perfect.
continue. Sorry.
That's okay.
No, but to your point, I didn't see anything in there where they're apologizing to the team that lost.
Right. Yeah.
Right? Like,
So you have 9 kids. What's the mixture?
5 boys.
Please tell me. Oh,
Edit that out. You better edit that out.
If you said 5 boys, 3 girls, and a I would have died.
I was going to go there. No, 5 boys and 4 girls. I was going to go there, but I was like, I can't do it. No.
As a father, I mean, I'm guessing, I know your stance on this.
Yeah, no.
I mean, how would you, do any of your daughters play sports?
Yeah, no, they're all very athletic. You know, my 19-year-old son was actually a really great competitive swimmer, swam on the Rose Bowl team in California. And so I know how difficult it is to be a great swimmer. You know, it takes so much. I mean, it does with all these sports. I mean, but especially swimming is actually very boring. So what's amazing about this interaction is the amount of people that attack Riley Gaines,
right,
saying, oh, she was 5th or 4th or whatever. By the way, and again, against the dude, right, who, you know, normally the guys decimate the women in the swimming. I mean, they're not even close, especially at that level. But it's always like losers that are sitting on their couch that are going, you came 4th, you tied 4th in every. No, she was also an all-star athlete. I mean, she's an incredible athlete. And by the way, when you get to that level, especially with swimming, it's fingernails.
Yeah.
It's that close between first, unless you're swimming against a dude, and then, you know, they decimate them. But yeah, no, I mean, here's the thing. Every parent, when they see this happening, should get their kids and go, we're walking off, we're not playing them. Yeah. Because it's just going to continue until someone gets seriously hurt.
Well, like the Olympics in boxing, when that the boxer came in, hopped in the ring with her penis,
and everyone's like,
and just flattened the other girl, and I can't remember what her name was, but that was just, I'm like, oh yeah, ended exactly the way we all thought it was going to end.
Well, there was also the MMA fighter that actually broke the woman's face, and she said, I've never been hit as hard as that before. Yeah, you think? It's a... But you know what I love about it as well, though? The gaslighting. They're like, look at this amazing woman in the box. Like, that's a dude.
Right.
The penis gives it away. I don't know. I mean, I'm not...
It always does. Now, your son, a 19-year-old swimmer.
Yeah.
How is he? How does he do? He's competing at the collegiate level now?
No. So what happened was we knew that we knew where this was going. So when
so now he's a woman.
Yeah. So now he's like, I'm like, dude, we need a scholarship. Jump in the pool with the chicks. No, what we did was we literally just said we moved to Dallas. Firstly, there's like no swimming here. Really, it's not really a swimming place, which
it should be
because it's 1,000 degrees.
Pools are cool.
Get in the pool. Yeah. I don't understand.
Right.
So he did water polo for a bit, and again went to the Junior Olympics with that. But we just said, listen,
it's impressive.
Yeah, no, he's a good swimmer.
You're very dismissive about that. You jumped in the pool. And went to the Junior
Water
Olympics.
polo is it's tough. That's
it's
a tough
really
sport.
tough. You know what's funny about that? All of the people on his football team, because he's like 6'4", said, "Oh, you know, you're going in your Speedos," and I said to him, "Ask the guys to come and do a training session with you."
Oh yeah.
They didn't mock him anymore after the training session.
It's a hell of a workout.
You got to hold like a can above your head and tread water and all this while people are trying to kill you.
Yeah.
But no, we just said, here's the truth of the matter is, when my son said he wanted to go to college, there's not a college I'd send my kid that has an swimming athletic scholarship that I would send my kid to.
Why is that?
Because I don't want him being indoctrinated.
Yeah.
And the majority of them are indoctrination camps, and I was like, you know what? No. So he did not go to any college for swimming. So all that money for nothing. That's all that. Not that I'm bitter or anything like that, but like getting up every morning and no.
Well, if you'd have kept singing with Beyonce, you wouldn't be bitching about the money.
I wouldn't worry about it, then would I?
Wouldn't be that big of a deal now, would it? Now you're how old is your daughter?
2.5.
Okay.
Why?
No, I'm just, hey, easy.
Okay, where are you going with this?
Don't look at me like I'm Jeffrey Epstein. Calm down for a second.
Okay.
Jesus. I knew! I'm due for that. Matt, that happens every time I'm on it. I get the perv alert pops up.
Okay, but go ahead.
I would have been disappointed if it didn't come up.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Too.
But I mean, how would you feel about this? If she's growing up and she's being involved in sports or whatever, she's in, and now all of a sudden there is a guy that's infiltrating her locker room.
No, I wouldn't enjoy that. No. Yeah, I think that, like I have a lot of like open-minded views about gay people and trans people, but I do think in sports specifically, the biological advantage is there. Like, it's just there. Right. And I just think we need to figure something else out. I don't know what that is. Maybe who knows? But yeah, no, I would not appreciate that.
No. You know what I think we should do?
What?
We should get kids drunk in 7th grade. Yeah.
Yes.
Did you hear about this? In an effort to do something more retarded than his students, I can say that word. A 7th grade special ed teacher in San Antonio served alcohol to the kids during the last day of school when he inadvertently brought alcoholic cans of soda.
Inadvertently.
Yes. Northside Independent School District confirms a special ed teacher at Peace Middle School brought 7 cans of hard Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Ugh.
Nasty.
Did you ever have that Baja Blast? That stuff is...
That's disgusting.
Oh, God. And then they put alcohol in it? That's probably the better thing for the kid is the alcohol. The most beneficial thing in that crappy drink is the alcohol. An alcoholic drink, it's 5% alcohol in this thing.
Wow.
Yeah. And it gave it to the kids in 3 different classes during a celebration. I'll bet it was on the last day of school.
How did he pick which kids he was the best one?
Gave them little cups, I guess. I don't know. Because I think some of those, some of the hard, like the hard lemonades come in the big, those monster, like 24, 32 ounce cans or whatever.
These ones look like, you can see them on the screen there. They're...
Well, here's the thing. He's a special ed teacher.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine he gave it to the kids that were in special ed.
That's what, yes. That is the implication.
How do you not?
No, you just said who did he give it to? I'm like,
no, because I thought I thought it said in the story that he distributed it in 3 different classes. Like you have one, you have one. Like I thought he was distributing it not to all the kids,
I see.
but like I misunderstood.
Gotcha. No, all good. 5 students consumed the drinks. 5 kids.
See?
Hey.
5 kids. Which kids get to have
the special ed kids.
There's got to be more than 5.
These kids later became drowsy and confused, not unlike other peers their age at Diddy parties.
Oh. Yowza.
I get no perv alert on that one? All right. I thought that was a...
That's Matt's perv alert.
I thought that was a super easy one.
No.
All right. Good Lord. Greta Thunberg.
Mm-hmm.
She's a peach, isn't she?
Do you mean Saint Greta?
Yes.
I like to call her Saint Greta.
I did not know that she was officially anointed into sainthood. Look at her. She looks crazier and crazier with every picture that I see. Right now, she looks like Carrie. The movie Carrie.
Says he's basic?
Look at her. She could have blood dumping on her head right now, and she would look...
You know what gets me? Everyone says she's so brave. She's so brave.
She's an idiot.
I'm like, brave for doing what? Like, Audie Murphy's brave.
Yeah.
Marcus Luttrelli's brave.
Did you say Eddie Murphy?
Not Eddie Murphy's brave, although... Audie Murphy. Is it my accent? Are you being racialist to me?
I'm being prejudiced.
Are you being prejudiced to me?
Racialist? I haven't seen that. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, racialist.
I like how you took prejudice and racist and sort of blended it all together.
That's an Ali G thing. You said that.
It just flowed so smooth, like 12-year-old scotch there, Matt. Current thing activist Greta Thunberg and Prince Adam haircut enthusiast was sent home from Israel. Aww. On June 9th, she was out. Israeli naval forces intercepted the Madeleine in international waters. Approximately 185 kilometers off Gaza's coast, Thunberg and 11 others were summarily sent home, but not before she, in typical leftist fashion, closed her eyes and stuck her fingers in her ears instead of addressing anything that challenged her worldview. In this case, footage of the October 7th massacre. Here is Greta being sent home in coach.
Quelle tête de cul, espèce de...
Ooh. Man, they stuck her in the Rosa Parks seat, didn't they?
Yeah, so she can't, it's one of those where you can't, like, recline it.
That is the back of the plane.
Oh, yeah.
That is way the hell back there. That Greta claimed to have been, quote, illegally kidnapped and illegally detained per her words.
On international waters, we were illegally attacked and kidnapped by Israel and taken against our will to Israel, where we were detained. And then some of us deported, some are still there. There are very big uncertainties because it was quite chaotic and uncertain. So I don't really know what's going on. I haven't had a phone for many days. And
what were the conditions for you over the last few hours?
They were absolutely nothing compared to what people are going through in Palestine, especially Gaza right now. And this is yet another international a violation of international, countless of such, especially towards Palestinians, that Israel are committing by blocking and preventing humanitarian aid from entering Gaza. That is illegal.
She is like a Swedish Kamala Harris with the word salad.
I was just sitting there going, what are you saying?
I have no idea what the hell she just said.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
No idea.
What she meant to say was, I was treated very well.
Yeah.
She could have cut all the rest of that stuff.
No, exactly. She, of course, means, being rescued and not torn open like wrapping paper by Hamas.
Exactly. I'm sitting there like, if you look at her and you look at a lot of the times you couldn't see the people that were hostages, right? Because they killed them, chopped them up. But I do like the reference to He-Man. Was that yours? Was that Prince Adam?
Yes.
That was yours?
Yes.
I'd like to give you a round of applause.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Matt McClowry, for that line. Matt is on board with that. There's a He-Man reference. He will find it. Trump weighed in on this, by the way. Here's his take.
Go ahead, do you have a message for Greta Thunberg, and did she come up on your call with the Prime Minister today?
Well, she's a strange person. She's a young, angry person. I don't know if it's real anger. It's hard to believe, actually, but I saw what happened. She's certainly different. Anger management. I think she has to go to an anger management class. That's my primary recommendation for her.
That is the most kind and grandfatherly way I've ever heard.
Yeah, especially
Trump.
by his standards.
By his standards, right?
For sure.
No kidding.
Everyone's going to miss him when he's gone, I'll tell you. They will.
They will.
Yeah.
They missed him for the past 4 years. All they could do was talk about him when he was not in office. So
it's true.
That was great, though.
I don't know. He just sold all our information.
What's that?
Right, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
In the world?
End of the world. Before we go to the end of the world, by the way.
Yes.
Before we go to the end of the world, we have, by the way, myself, first off, again, thank you for watching the show. Dave and Garrett are still being detained in Los Angeles right now, but we expect Dave to be released, and he'll be performing with me this weekend, June 13th and 14th, coming up in Greenville, South Carolina at the Comedy Zone. And then Dave is going to be in Gaylord, Michigan on June 21st at Risk It Fest, June 26th through 28th at Dr. Grin's Comedy Club in Grand Rapids, Michigan. His book, A Party of One, a fuzzy memoir, is available now on Amazon. And I am going to be along with Dave this weekend. And then June 18th through 22nd at Harris Casino in Cherokee, North Carolina. And then a big fundraiser show tied in with a good friend of mine who is helping a committee to support a brother night for the Knights of Columbus. And that's going to be in Redford, Michigan on June 28th at the Ancient Order of Hibernians. Angela?
I just want to let everybody know that Blaze is doing a very special offer for Father's Day. If you go to blazetv.com and you use our promo code DAD30, you're going to get $30 off an annual subscription this week only.
Now it's time for the end of the world.
No.
Whoa.
We told you about that one.
Not that graphic.
Gone.
No.
Delete that one.
Yeah.
The new one.
Cut that one. Put the new one.
New.
Yeah, thing 1 and thing 2 aren't here.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Stay in LA, you douchebags. All right, here we go. Christina Applegate says she's been hospitalized more than 30 times for chronic diarrhea and vomiting, she says is induced by her MS. Or as Dave Landau says, after every meal.
Yes.
What else could be the cause of Christina Applegate's diarrhea and vomiting? Matt.
Greta Thunberg's haircut.
Good one.
That would do it.
Medea movies.
That's a good one. I'm going to go giving Hillary Clinton a foot massage.
Ooh. I'm going to say a drink given to you by Hillary Clinton.
Ooh. Giving Michelle Obama a rub and tug.
I'm going to say the stains on Diddy's carpet.
I'm going to go with Gavin Newsom's governance.
All right. That's a good one.
Yeah, we like
that is a good one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Matthew Marsden, thank you so much. Where can we find you?
You can find me at Matthew D. Marsden on all the platforms.
And you can also find his song, She's Gone,
on Apple Music.
With Matthew Marsden with special guest Beyonce on Apple Music.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so Beyonce, bring him on the road. All right, he's not having his kid go for a swimming scholarship.
Yeah,
he needs some more cash. He's got
the money.
He's got a litter of kids. Angela.
Yeah. Oh, Normal Angela on Instagram and Angela Does Horror on YouTube. Thank you.
You're amazing. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Love you. Bye.